Hey guys, Joseph Arendsen here, breaking down all the stats for the month of July and looking at this 12% appreciation year over year that we've seen and why it might be getting wiped off the table. Here we go. All right guys, we're already seeing some of the headlines come out that is stating that we're seeing the average sales price across the county being reduced. We're gonna see more of that come out this month, but I don't want you all to be scared because I've spent a significant amount of time analyzing this market and really trying to figure out what's gonna unfold. And I'm gonna break it all down for you guys here. The first item that I'm breaking down is the amount of inventory that we're seeing. Sure enough, the first quarter of this year, which was about average when you look back year over year, we saw about 8,900 homes come on the market in the first quarter. Well, the second quarter, we saw about 1,000 more homes come on the market, actually 9,900. So then I wanted to look at the month of July to kind of project what we're gonna see this quarter when it comes to inventory. Well, we saw 3,500 homes come on the market in San Diego County. So if we increase that by 3, times that by 3, we're gonna see somewhere around 10,000 properties come on the market this quarter. That's not a significant increase. That's nothing to write about and really put these articles out for scare tactics. So don't be concerned if you think we're about to get flooded with inventory, because that's not what is unfolding. All right guys, so what has happened? It's not the fact that inventory levels have spiked, it's actually the fact that buyer demand has diminished. Of course, that's from higher interest rates. We saw interest rates about double. They actually got up to the highest point at about 6.25%. Well, that definitely had buyers back off the market and kind of sit on the sidelines. Well, sure enough, with this last Fed increase, we saw people put their money into the bond market, and that actually helped our interest rates. And they dropped all the way down to 4.5%. Right when that happened, it definitely kind of sparked a little bit of a fire and we saw buyers re-enter the market. That's why the month of July, we're most likely gonna have more sales than these other months that we've seen this year. I'm gonna answer the question that everybody's probably wondering. What are my predictions, right? What do we think is gonna unfold going forward? Well, we already have hit basically a threshold when it comes to values. We're not really gonna see values increase. There are still properties out there, and we're still selling properties for over asking price, but those are definitely the properties that show extremely well, that have been nicely remodeled, that are advertised the proper way. Those homes are still selling at peak prices. But the homes that need a little bit of work, they're selling for a little bit less. People understand that they're gonna have to put money into them. They understand that their mortgage payment's a little bit higher. So they're making offers that are just a little bit less to try to balance that out. So we are gonna continue to see that. So we might see a little bit of a depreciation or a little bit of a value drop across San Diego County for the remainder of the year. However, I don't think it's gonna decrease the actual yearly valuation that we've seen so far. The other prediction I wanna make, something that we've seen kind of unfold this year, and that's really testing of our affordability threshold. Well, with interest rates getting up to 6.5%, now this is just my kind of boots on the ground experience that I've seen. Sure enough, when rates got up to that 6 to 6.5%, we saw a lot of buyers kind of pull back. So as soon as they came down into that 4.5 or under 5 range, we saw the market kind of stay relatively hot or flatten out at more normal pace. So we've definitely tested that affordability threshold. So as long as interest rates stay around this 5% range, I think we're gonna be fine and stay in this healthy market. If they do increase up into the 6.5 or 7% range, I think that's when we actually might see some values come down. All right guys, and as you know, I like to end this with my seller and buyer advice. First and foremost, if you're a seller, you can't overprice your property right now. You gotta price it right, you gotta prepare the home, you gotta make sure it shows extremely well, and you gotta get it marketed right. So for all of that, please reach out to myself or somebody here on the team. For all my buyer clients out there, be patient. There's some inventory on the market. If you don't see a home that you're in love with, give it some time. And when you do see a property that you fall in love with, you gotta jump on it, and you gotta jump on it fast, because things are moving a little bit slower, but still the opportunity goes to the people that move quickly. All right guys, if you have any questions, please reach out to myself or anybody here on the team.